Dan Patrick just dropped a bomb that has the basketball world losing its mind. He flat out said the WNBA Rookie of the Year debate is over, done, finished. But here's the thing, half the internet is ready to go to war over that statement. We're witnessing something that hasn't happened in women's basketball, maybe ever. Two rookies are completely reshaping the entire league, breaking records that stood for decades, and filling arenas like we've never seen before. Tickets are selling for $2,000. Read that again, $2,000 for a regular season WNBA game. But while everyone's busy picking sides and creating highlight reels, something way bigger is happening behind the scenes. There are whispers in locker rooms, veterans feeling the pressure, and a media machine working overtime to turn competition into conflict. One player is dropping assists and breaking ankles like she's been in the league for 10 years. The other is putting up double-doubles so consistently it's becoming almost boring to report on. Almost. The stats tell one story, but what's really going down in the WNBA right now? That's what we're about to expose. And trust me, it's not what the headlines. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. I want you to believe. Let's get one thing straight right now. What Caitlin Clark is doing shouldn't be possible. Rookies don't come into professional leagues and immediately become the focal point of every conversation. They don't break records held by Hall of Famers in their first few months. They definitely don't transform the entire financial landscape of their sport. But Clark isn't playing by the normal rules. She's averaging numbers that make veteran all-stars look pedestrian. We're talking about a rookie who's not just contributing, she's controlling games. Her assist numbers are through the roof, her scoring is relentless, and her court vision is something scouts say they haven't seen in years. She's making passes that shouldn't exist, finding angles that don't make sense until you see the replay 3 times. Here's what's really wild though. Clark entered a league where rookies typically spend their first season learning, adjusting, maybe getting limited minutes while they figure things out. She skipped that entire phase. From game 1, she's been the engine of her team's offense. The plays run through her. The defensive schemes are built around stopping her. That's not rookie treatment. That's superstar treatment. And the pressure that comes with that? It's insane. Every single game is analyzed frame by frame. Every mistake gets magnified. Every impressive play gets compared to the legends. 2. Social media dissects her performances in real time. Sports shows dedicate entire segments to her stats. She's under a microscope that would crack most players, especially someone fresh out of college. But here's the kicker. She's thriving under it. When the lights get brighter, when the crowds get louder, when the defenders get more physical, Clark elevates. She's not just handling the pressure, she's feeding off it. That mentality is rare even among established stars. The numbers back this up too. Her team's attendance has doubled, tripled in some cases. Games she plays in are drawing viewership that the WNBA hasn't seen in over 2 decades. She's not just a talented rookie. She's a cultural moment happening in real time. And that's exactly what has some people in the league feeling a certain type of way about her rise. Let's break down exactly what makes Clark's game so lethal. Because it's not just one thing. It's a combination that's nearly impossible to defend. First, there's the range. She's pulling up from distances that make defenders second-guess their entire strategy. They can't sag off her. They can't give her space. But when they pressure her tight, that's when the real problem starts. Her handle is absolutely disgusting. She's crossing over defenders, hitting them with hesitation moves, changing speeds in ways that leave people stumbling. And just when you think you've figured out her pattern, she hits you with something completely different. One possession she's scoring, the next she's finding the open teammate with a pass that seems to defy physics. What separates elite players from good ones is decision-making under pressure. And Clark's basketball IQ is off the charts. She's reading defenses before they fully form. She knows where help is coming from. She understands spacing and timing at a level that usually takes years to develop. Coaches are saying she sees the game like a veteran, processes it faster than players twice her age. Then there's the clutch factor. Big moments don't shake her. Fourth quarter, close game, defensive pressure cranked up to maximum, and she wants the ball. That confidence isn't something you can teach. You either have it or you don't, and Clark absolutely has it. She's hit game winners, made crucial plays when everything's on the line, and done it with the kind of swagger that makes highlights go viral instantly. But here's what really sets her apart: the consistency. She's not having one great game, then disappearing for 3. She's showing up night after night, putting up numbers, making plays, carrying her team. Even on her bad shooting nights, she's impacting the game through playmaking and defense. That reliability is what turns good players into franchise cornerstones. And the physical toll? She's absorbing contact, taking hard fouls, getting knocked down and popping right back up. Defenders are testing her, trying to intimidate her with aggressive play. It's not working. If anything, it's making her more determined. After one particularly hard foul, she just smiled and said, "It is what it is." That kind of mental toughness is championship-level thinking. Now let's talk about what Clark's really facing out there. Because it's not just basketball anymore. She's dealing with a level of physicality that's raising eyebrows across the league. We're seeing flagrant fouls, hard screens, defenders getting way more aggressive than usual. Some of it's within the rules, some of it's borderline, and some of it's crossed the line completely. There was that incident with Angel Reese where the foul was hard enough to stop the game. Clark went down, the arena went silent for a second, and everyone watching knew that wasn't a normal basketball play. But here's the thing that shocked everyone. Clark got up, didn't complain, didn't start drama, just kept playing. That response told you everything about her mentality. Behind the scenes, though, whispers are circulating. Some veterans reportedly aren't thrilled about all the attention she's getting. There's talk in certain circles about rookies needing to be welcomed to the league properly, which is code for getting tested physically. It's the old guard mentality, the idea that you have to earn your respect through surviving the rough treatment. And it's not just physical. The mental pressure is relentless. Clark can't have an off night without it becoming a national conversation. One bad game and the hot take machines fire up, questioning everything from her shot selection to whether she can handle the professional level. That constant scrutiny would destroy most people's confidence. Social media makes it worse. Every single play gets clipped, analyzed, criticized. Fans are brutal. Haters come out in full force after losses. She's got millions of eyes on her, and not all of them are friendly. Managing that kind of attention while trying to focus on actually playing basketball, that's an entirely separate skill set. The officiating has become a topic too. Some analysts are pointing out that she's not getting the same calls that established stars get. There's contact that should be fouls, but isn't being called. Whether that's intentional or just the rookie treatment, it's another challenge she's navigating. She's learning to play through contact because she can't rely on the whistle. What's impressive is how she's handled all of it. No public complaints, no social media meltdowns, no calling out refs or opponents. She just keeps showing up, keeps performing, keeps proving that she belongs at this level. That professionalism in the face of constant pressure is exactly why she's special. While everyone's obsessing over Clark, Angel Reese is quietly putting together one of the most dominant stretches in WNBA history. Let's make this crystal clear. She just posted an 8-game double-double streak. 8 straight games. That's not luck. That's not a hot streak. That's elite-level consistency that deserves way more attention than it's getting. Her career-high 25 points didn't just happen in some random game. It came in a crucial matchup with playoff implications against top-tier competition when her team needed her most. That's the definition of rising to the occasion. But instead of leading every sports show, it got buried under more Clark coverage. Here's what makes Reese special. Her rebounding is absolutely relentless. She's attacking the glass on both ends, getting offensive boards that lead to second-chance points, securing defensive rebounds that end possessions. Her energy level never drops. She's outworking opponents possession after possession, and that work ethic is producing undeniable results. The double-doubles aren't just stat padding either. She's impacting winning. Her team is in playoff contention largely because of her production. Those rebounds are possessions. Those putbacks are crucial points. The defensive presence she provides changes how opponents attack. She's not just filling up a stat sheet, she's changing games. But here's where it gets frustrating. The media narrative has pushed her into this villain role, the rival who's supposedly jealous of Clark's attention. That's complete nonsense. After that hard foul everyone freaked out about, Reese didn't trash talk or gloat. She stayed focused on her game. Her actual quote was about coming out and performing, doing what she does. That's not villain talk. That's professional athlete talk. Her skill set is different from Clark's, so people act like it's less valuable. She's not the flashy passer or the long-range shooter, but she's dominating in ways that are just as important. Rebounding and interior scoring win championships. Her ability to control the paint is a nightmare for opponents. The disrespect she's getting is wild. Analysts will praise her performance, then immediately pivot to Clark. Award conversations barely mention her name. Highlight shows spend 30 seconds on her 25-point game, then 10 minutes on Clark's assists. It's like the media has already decided who the story should be about, and Reese is just a supporting character in someone else's narrative. Let's expose what's really happening with this so-called rivalry, because the media is playing everyone right now. ESPN and other major outlets are pushing this Clark versus Reese narrative so hard, it's become absurd. They're framing every interaction, every game, every stat comparison as part of some epic feud. But here's the reality check. Clark and Reese aren't feeding into it at all. Go back and watch their actual comments about each other. There's no trash talk, no disrespect, no personal attacks. After that physical game where tensions supposedly boiled over, Clark's response was basically a shrug. She said, "It happens, it's basketball, move on." That's not someone invested in a rivalry. That's someone focused on playing the game. And Reese's comments have been equally professional. She talks about her performance, her team's goals, the growth of women's basketball. She's not sitting in interviews throwing shots at Clark or trying to one-up her. When asked about comparisons, she redirects to her own game. That's mature, that's classy, and it completely contradicts the catfight narrative being sold. So why is the media doing this? Simple. Drama sells. Controversy generates clicks. A rivalry storyline is way more compelling to casual fans than just celebrating two incredibly talented athletes. The media learned this formula from men's sports. LeBron versus Durant, Brady versus Manning, and now they're applying it to women's basketball. But here's the twist that nobody's talking about. This manufactured drama is actually kind of working for the WNBA's growth. Viewership is exploding. That game between their teams drew over 2 million viewers, the highest rating in 23 years. Arenas are selling out. Merchandise is flying off shelves. So even though the rivalry is fake, the attention it's bringing is very real. The question becomes, at what cost? Are we celebrating these women's achievements? Or are we reducing them to a reality show drama? Can't two elite athletes exist in the same space without it being framed as conflict? The media keeps asking them about each other, instead of asking about their actual games, their goals, their impact on the sport. What's even more telling is when you look at how male athletes in similar situations get covered. When two rookie NBA players are both having great seasons, it's celebrated as a strong draft class. But with Clark and Reese, it has to be a rivalry, has to be tension, has to be drama. The double standard is obvious once you see it. Now, let's talk about something that proves just how massive this whole situation has become. Money. Cold, hard cash. And the numbers are absolutely insane. Courtside seats for the next Clark-Reese matchup are going for $2,000. Let that sink in. $2,000 for a regular season WNBA game. That's more expensive than most NBA games. That's concert ticket pricing for superstars. Even the cheap seats are running $180 and up. Nosebleed sections that used to go for $20 are now priced like premium seating. The demand is so high that ticket resale sites are seeing bidding wars. Fans are literally fighting over the chance to watch these games live. That's a complete market transformation happening in real time. The viewership numbers tell the same story. When Clark and Reese faced off, it became the most watched WNBA game in 23 years. Over 2.2 million people tuned in. That's not just good for women's basketball. That's good for basketball, period. Those are numbers that make networks take notice, that make sponsors open their checkbooks. And it's not a one-time thing. Clark's team has been involved in all 5 of the most watched WNBA games since 2002. Every time she steps on the court, ratings spike. That's the kind of star power that changes contracts, that brings in new broadcast deals, that elevates an entire league. The arena atmosphere has completely changed too. Games are packed. The energy is electric. Celebrities are showing up. Chance the Rapper, Jalen Brunson, high-profile names who are bringing even more attention. This isn't just basketball fans anymore. It's becoming a cultural event that crosses over into mainstream entertainment. Merchandise sales have exploded. Clark's jersey is one of the top sellers across all basketball, not just women's basketball, all basketball. Reese's gear is moving fast too. The league is seeing revenue streams that didn't exist before, and it's directly tied to this rookie class. Corporate sponsors are paying attention as well. Brands that never touched the WNBA are now reaching out for partnerships. The financial impact goes beyond ticket sales. We're talking endorsement deals, advertising revenue, media rights negotiations. The entire business model of women's professional basketball is shifting because of what's happening right now. This isn't just about who wins Rookie of the Year. This is about 2 players fundamentally changing the economics of their sport. That legacy will last way longer than any individual award. Here's what everyone's missing while they're busy manufacturing drama. The real rivalry isn't Clark versus Reese. It's both of them against history, against expectations, against everyone who said women's basketball couldn't draw crowds, couldn't generate buzz, couldn't compete for mainstream attention. And guess what? They're winning that battle together. Think about what they're actually up against. Decades of the WNBA being treated as a secondary league, years of empty arenas and minimal media coverage, a long history of incredible players who never got the recognition they deserved. Clark and Reese are changing that narrative, and they're doing it simultaneously, which makes it even more powerful. The playoff implications of their matchups add real competitive fire that doesn't need media hype. Both teams are fighting for positioning. Every game matters for postseason seeding. When they face each other, it's not about personal beef. It's about winning basketball games that impact championship hopes. That's genuine competition, not manufactured drama. What happens after the season could be even more interesting. There are already whispers about both players attracting international attention. Overseas leagues are watching. Endorsement opportunities are piling up. Both of their careers are just beginning, and the trajectory is pointing straight up. The question isn't who's better, it's how high can both of them go? Their impact on young players is already visible. Girls' basketball programs are seeing increased participation. Young athletes have 2 different styles to model their game after: Clark's playmaking and shooting, Reese's rebounding and interior dominance. They're expanding what's possible, showing that there's not just one way to be great. The veteran players who initially seemed threatened are starting to recognize what's happening. The rising tide is lifting all boats. Better attendance means better facilities. Higher viewership means better contracts for everyone. More sponsors mean more investment in the league overall. Clark and Reese are opening doors that benefit every player in the WNBA. Long-term, We might look back at this season as the turning point for women's professional basketball. The moment it stopped being a niche sport and became mainstream entertainment. The moment it stopped fighting for scraps of attention and started commanding respect. And at the center of that transformation are two rookies who refuse to be limited by expectations. So while everyone debates Rookie of the Year, the bigger truth is both of them are already winners. They've changed the game. They've shifted the culture. They've proven that women's basketball can be must-watch television. Now let's get into the stuff that's happening behind closed doors, because there's way more to this story than what you see on the court. League veterans are having conversations that aren't making it to the media, and some of what's being said is pretty revealing about how this rookie class is shaking things up. There are rumors, and take this with a grain of salt because it's not confirmed, but there are rumors about certain veteran players feeling like the attention has gone too far. The thinking goes something like this. They've been grinding in this league for years, building it up, fighting for respect, and now two rookies are getting more coverage in 6 months than some vets have gotten in their entire careers. Locker room dynamics are always complicated, and when you add this much external pressure and media attention, things can get tense. There's talk about teammates feeling overshadowed, about offensive systems being built around rookies instead of established players, about the pressure to keep feeding the hot hand even when it disrupts team chemistry. Some players have hinted at this in carefully worded interviews. Comments about everyone needing to contribute, about basketball being a team sport, about not getting caught up in individual accolades. On the surface, that sounds like standard team-first talk, but read between the lines and there might be some frustration brewing. The coaching staffs are dealing with unique challenges too. How do you manage a roster when one player is drawing all the attention? How do you keep everyone engaged when the media only wants to talk about the rookie? These are problems most WNBA coaches have never had to navigate before. What happens in the off-season could be fascinating. Will teams restructure around their young stars? Will veteran players request trades to get out of situations where they feel undervalued? Will franchises that didn't land top rookies overhaul their rosters to try and compete? The ripple effects of this season will extend for years. There are also whispers about how award voting might play out. Some voters reportedly feel pressured to pick Clark because of the media narrative. Others are pushing back against that pressure, wanting to make sure Reese gets fair consideration. The politics of award season could get messy. And here's something almost nobody is discussing. What if both players have even better seasons next year? What if this isn't the peak, but just the beginning? The league might not be ready for what comes next. So after breaking down all the stats, the drama, the money, and the media circus, here's the bottom line. The Rookie of the Year debate completely misses the point of what's actually happening. This isn't about crowning one player and dismissing the other. This is about witnessing a transformation of women's basketball that we might never see again. Dan Patrick said the debate is over. And maybe he's right, but not for the reasons people think. It's over because both Clark and Reese have already won. They've changed the financial reality of the WNBA. They've brought millions of new fans to the sport. They've proven that women's basketball can dominate mainstream conversation. That's bigger than any trophy. The real question isn't who deserves an award, it's what comes next. Because if this is what they're doing as rookies, what happens when they hit their prime? What happens when they've had years to develop, to add to their games, to build championship rosters around them? The WNBA just changed forever, and everyone's so busy picking sides, they're missing the actual revolution happening right in front of them. The future of women's basketball isn't coming. It's already here, and it's way bigger than anyone expected. And stay locked with my channel Simply Explained for more updates.